Boom, live on the Quarter Pound Podcast. Welcome back, Big Gib.
What up?
Let the boys know and everyone know how is Iceland, man, and
I,
Dublin. You went to Dublin
Ison
too.
was great. I went there for, I would say, 6 days, and then I went to Dublin for the next 4, and pretty much went back to Iceland and lived the rest of the vacation. Awesome. I was able to go to Gunnar Nelson's gym. That was really fun. I was able to go to SBG affiliated gym. SBG Blades. I think they're renaming it now, but I got to train with Cthulhu Pendred from one of the Ultimate Fighter seasons. He was a real good guy, taught a good class, and Gunnar Nelson's coach was teaching the grappling class, so it wasn't bad. Really enjoyed both of them. I'd go back again for sure for another session or two. Either place, great time had.
Yeah, like the Iceland gym that you sent me where Gunners goes to, that shit looked crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that looked insane, man. Was there like swimming pools and everything there too? Probably, no.
The people who train there, they really enjoy it, and there's no gym like it. I mean, like you drive by this place, and it's like a 2-story gym. Almost looks like a like the Y from outside of it, but like pretty big.
It looked like Lifetime Fitness or something. You know?
Yes, there you go. Even better. And even these guys know like it's a great gym, and there's not very many other ones like it, and a lot of the best guys who train in Iceland they'll probably go there. I don't think they compete very much, but they do go outside and fight in Ireland or wherever it's legal. So their jiu-jitsu guys are real good. I got to roll with them. It was a fun time.
Yeah, they look like monsters in Iceland.
God,
when
yeah.
When you're rolling with them, it looked like it looked like they were better than Dublin for sure. It could have been the gym you went to.
I couldn't.
But also the guy you were rolling with in Dublin was for sure like taking it easy. You know, he's like a former UFC fighter.
We all yeah, for sure. And I got destroyed there too. So, but yeah, the Iceland guys are different animals, man. Everybody looks like Thor, and you're just rolling for survival with bears, man.
That's crazy. All right, so let's get down to it. We got UFC on ESPN plus 13, UFC Sacramento, the Randome versus Aspen Live. Bro, so many fights were getting canceled for this card left and right. Like they were putting replacements together like crazy, but still a nice card put together. I actually like the card.
For what they have,
it's not better now, but it's not better now. Obviously, like
for what they have, it's not bad.
Yeah, for what they have, exactly. The main card is like that main event shouldn't be a main event right here. Like it shouldn't main event the fucking Sacramento card.
It's hard to top a John Jones and Thiago Santos card, you know.
Like, that fight was boring as fuck.
But the card, like the entire you know other fights, it's hard to top.
Yeah, I know, but GDR and Aspen Live, I don't know. We're gonna talk about that fight.
Yeah.
I think Aspen Live's a little bit overhyped here. I don't know if she's like minus 200 or high on some places. That's crazy, man. That's fucking nuts. Who the fuck has she beat? Okay, that's fucking crazy to me. I don't know. Okay, so we got our first fight of the night, and we're doing
Benita.
4 minutes here, Gib. So I'm gonna go 2 minutes. You'll go 2 minutes. We'll try.
Okay.
If we have spare time, we'll do whatever. But 4 minutes, because last week I did 2 minutes, and then I ran through it super quick and broke down like enough of what they wanted to hear. Because a lot of people have been saying that. First of all, the old podcasts were way too long. We were doing fucking 3 hours and stuff.
Oh, we go at it, man. It's just
but it's too much of a breakdown. It's too much of a breakdown, and people don't want to listen to a fight being broken down for 20, 30 minutes. Like they're here for like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win? Why they're gonna win? And like that's about it.
That's it.
So I'll start off. Benita Lopez versus Vince Morales. This will be my first play of the night, but I haven't officially played anything because No fucking props are out on. I might play something while this podcast goes on, but no props are out right now, and I'm waiting for two props. Well, actually, the props are out, but not on the books. I'm waiting for they're not on Bet365, William Hill, Sports Interaction, Pinnacle. Nothing. I think they're only on Betway. I think they're all like the American ones, like Sports Bet and Five Dimes and shit like that. But they're nowhere else. And it's Thursday. Usually they put them out by now, but whatever. I like Benito in this match. You guys already know I'm out of anyone in the UFC. If I would say like it's between like Yancy and Benito that like I have like a personal like relationship with. I would say. Not like we're best friends or anything like that, but I do like always like message them, talk to them in the DMs or something before a fight or like after a fight or like just to catch up on shit. But Benito's last fight, man, like I swear to God, I would take Benito again if he fought Manny Bermudez. Would take him again. Kid's just a fucking monster. He just got unlucky, and I guarantee he's been working on his grappling before this one. Morales ain't the type of guy to be wrestle fucking you either, like grappling. So it's gonna be a stand up war, and like I think anyone's in danger who's like willing to stand and trade with Benito. He's so fucking talented. The kid's so explosive, and I don't know, man. I thought like Manny Bermudez literally had no chance on the feet, but Bermudez is fucking crafty, man. If he hits that shit if he gets it to the floor, he's scary, man. He knows what to do. He's really legit, and I don't know. Vince is good. He puts it together and everything like that, but I think at the same time, like that fight against Zahabi was okay, but I don't think I think Zahabi's super overrated. He looked all right against Yadong Song. Yadong lit him up. Song lit him up a bit. I don't know, man. I really like Benito here to outstrike him and land the power shots, maybe get a knockout. How about you, Gib? Sorry for taking so much time.
All good. I think Vince Morales did a good job against Zahabi, and especially seeing the hype Zahabi's been getting. He didn't do very well his first fight, I don't think, and then we'll go into Vince Morales, and he met a really aggressive puncher, which Benito, he tends to be that guy who runs right in and goes right to the middle and starts the fight already. But I mean, this guy has a lot in his arsenal. He's got spin kicks, and he's got a lot of sprinting spirit that pretty much goes out from the first round on. And if he gets on a really good few strikes in, he becomes very ahead in that round and could be enough for him to end fights. Just he's been fighting some pretty high level opponents, and I don't think Vince Morales would do very well against Manny Bermudez. It'd be a way more difficult fight for him. Same as Benito. Again, if they get into the pocket, I actually like Vince Morales in this fight. He makes it pretty dirty, and he hits people with some hard shots and keeps them away. And he hits some of those shots while moving backwards. And Benito has to kind of be careful as if he uses up too much of his gas tank and he starts walking into him walking backwards and get countered up. But Benito's got a good ground game too, and he definitely could get this to the ground and win pretty well too. And he's got some great sparking stand-up speed in his combos and great knees. He makes that a big part of his weapon too, especially to counter people's wrestling as well, which he doesn't have to worry too much about Vince Morales. So I got Benito in this one.
All right.
He's got to go a little bit more here.
So next up, we do have a fight I'm actually looking forward to here: Vienna Van Buren versus Lavinia Souza, and it's going to be another play for me. I actually have the fight goes to decision. I like that. I don't think Lavinia is going to be able to tap out Brianna, and I don't think Brianna would be able to finish. Her name's not even Lavinia; it's Livia. I'm thinking of Lavinia Renata Souza.
Oh
no, that is her. What the fuck am I talking about?
Livia Renata Souza.
Oh,
yeah, you got it right.
Livia. It's not Lavinia. Okay, it's Livia.
Is there a Lavinia?
I thought there was. I guess I'm fucking wrong. I'm pretty sure there is, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Van Buren here should be able to control a lot of the fight, I think, with the grappling. and the striking for sure. I think she'll be able to outmove and outstrike Sousa here, and I think like it won't be much of a competition on the feet at least because Sousa does it can crack, but like Brianna Van Buren, like good luck catching her, man. Good luck catching her. Like have a good one. And yeah, I thought Olivia Sousa was super short. She's just like a skinny or something like that. Like
Yeah.
she used to fight. I don't know if she used to, but like she literally cuts like next to nothing. I think to make 115 apparently, and probably same with Van Buren, who's
Yeah.
like 5 feet. You know,
She's already there.
yeah, straight up. Um, I do think Van Buren wins this fight though, so I'm gonna take Van Buren. I think she can outstrike her and they'll grapple
Yeah.
her. Like with wrestling, like if
Mhm.
I don't know, it'd be dangerous if it does hit the mats, but I have faith in Van Buren, so I will be playing Van Buren on a small parlay, and then on the bigger one, I'll have the fight goes to decision.
Yeah, Van Buren has a pretty smart fight mind. I think she stays pretty decently far away from people, especially when she always seems to fight people who are taller than her. So she's great with using ranged opponents, and people being taller than her doesn't really phase her. I don't think Sousa's that much taller, like you said. Kind of looked into it, but at the same time, I think Sousa can be a little much with the striking. She throws a lot and can tire herself out easy in the first round. But she likes to mix in kicks as well, throw a lot going forward. She got lots of submissions when she first started out before she got her knockouts in. She's not really known as a knockout artist, but she definitely throws a lot. And if she gets confident, really starts to apply more and more pressure. Whereas Vienna kind of plans out her strikes and singles it here and there, mixing in with her wrestling well. So I think she'll be able to grapple up with Sousa on the feet and even take her down a few times. She's definitely a good point-winning type person, but I actually think Renata Sousa might strike her up with some of those punches and kicks, and might be a lot for Buren to handle on her last few fights that she's been having. She did fight 3 times in one day, but I don't know. I think Sousa might be difficult for her to fight.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I got Livia Renata Sousa on this one.
I can see like why you're taking her too, but yeah, like Van Buren. Okay, so next up we have Penguin Liu and Jonathan Martinez, and Penguin Liu training out of Team Alpha Male. A lot of pop, I think this kid has. Looks so good against Damien Stasiak, and then like
And
not
Martin
as
Day.
look good against Martin Day, I would say too. Not the best. Look better against Stasiak, I thought.
For sure.
Martinez, I think Penguin Liu should win this fight, but Martinez has that grappling ability that's just like fucking that stupid. A lot of guys just can't get him off, and it's not like he's physically imposing or he's super strong or anything like that. But like maybe it's just I guess was Urijah Buren, right? And like super Fox isn't the greatest too, so we haven't really seen him test it because those guys aren't the greatest. But I don't know, man. I like Penguin Liu here. I think he's got a lot of pop in his shots. He's a good striker. He should definitely outstrike Martinez here. If it stays on the feet, I can see him getting the knockout. Just try to avoid the grappling, but he should be okay training at Team Alpha Male. So I got Lou here. Let's see good.
You know what? Jonathan Martinez had a pretty good fight against Sukumtov. Even though he did lose, he came out striking pretty quickly and had Sukumtov on the ropes a lot. And before Sukumtov started throwing lots of body shots and kind of gaining his way back into the fight, he didn't look like he was doing very good. This guy is pretty fast at setting up arm bars, and he's kind of good when he's shielding shots standing up. Likes to spam the kick both low and to the body as well. But what I really liked about the Penguin Liu fight is that in his fight with Martin Day was landing these crazy spin kicks and just very free, kind of very a very freestyle type stance, very wide, very out, but he would catch him coming in, and he would just be a harder worker, start hitting him right down the line with a lot of good 1-2s, kicking him in between shots, hitting him in the body, and kind of made Martin Day's stance just not work for him early, which it normally does. His flashy stuff just wasn't really hitting until the very end of the fight, where he'd already kind of been losing out to a lot of hard work. This guy puts it in when he's starting to gain more and more momentum from the fight, and I think Martin Day is a hard enough worker to even beat Jonathan Martinez, similar to how Sukumtos beat him. Because even if he does get hit in this fight, I think he can toughen up and continue that type of pace forward. So yeah, I think Penguin Lou takes this one here.
Yeah, I do like Lou as well here. Okay, next up, Darren Elkins and Ryan Hall. This one is simple to me, I think. If it does stay on the feet, which I doubt is happening, I think this fight's going to look a lot like Gray Maynard
It could.
Ryan Hall, where Darren Elkins is just getting frustrated and Ryan Hall is throwing up the heel hooks, the Minari rolls, and Darren Elkins doesn't have a clue on what to do.
He puts on some leg locks, though.
Who?
Darren Elkins? I mean, I've seen him kind of dabble in it.
Darren Elkins is not going to grapple
not at as high level. No, not as high level, but like he's going for some moves.
He's doing nothing against Ryan Hall. Literally nothing. Nothing he's doing. Ryan Hall would manhandle him on the ground, but I can see Darren Elkins like trying to like engage in the grappling with wrestling and shit like that. But hopefully it doesn't stay too long on the floor. From boys Ryan Hall though, like fucking, I can see the guy getting like a miracle sub or something. I just can see it from him, like or winning a fight like he won against Maynard. So I'm going with Ryan Hall, bro. I'm fucking. That's it. Yeah. How about you?
If Ryan Hall plays that same strategy he used against Gray Maynard, where he's just going to throw kicks and drop when any sort of big punch comes along, I don't think it'll work, just because I think if you give Darren Elkins too much time, he's a little bit younger. He's a little bit younger than Gray Maynard, and I also feel like he's got that that dangerousness in him that if you keep him alive, he can hit you with something that's going to hurt. And once it goes to the ground and he can start to get really hard punches on people, I mean, this guy legit turns up to Doomsday and just absorbs shots and keeps coming forward.
Sorry to cut you off. You see what Doomsday Howard just did?
No. Doomsday. Oh no, I'm Doomsday like the superhero.
Oh, because like, Doomsday Howard just got a crazy.
No. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. The Doomsday, the guy who kills Superman eventually. Yeah, he just absorbs shots and can throw them right back. And Ryan Hall, he goes for amazing submissions, and definitely something that people have to immediately attend to. Like Gray Maynard, when his legs got wrapped up, had to just stop everything and couldn't throw strikes, nothing, until he got out. And that is a big Hail Mary for him, and it's not very hard for him to get. It's not that he can get it in the when the fires are hot and when the water's boiling, and he can get it like when it's cool and it's early on in the fight. He's shown it on The Ultimate Fighter, and he showed it a few times. So, the possibility is always out there for Ryan Hall, but I think Darren Elkins has the power, and I think if Ryan Hall coasts this fight too often, Darren Elkins can knock him out. So I got Darren Elkins in this one.
Yeah, I could see this fight's hard to pick.
Yeah,
I wouldn't bet this fight. I wouldn't bet this fight. I wouldn't bet this fight at all. Next up, though, Juliana Pena, the return of Juliana Pena, the Venezuelan vixen versus Nico Montano. Not a big Nico Montano fan at all. So I want Pena to win for sure. But I think this fight's going to decision. Just the way they both fight, man. They're both grapple heavy. I don't see them pulling off subs or anything like that. They could. I just don't see it happening. Especially with the layoff for both of them. I think they'll play it safe. Yeah. So I will be playing the fight goes to decision here on the bigger parlay. But I think Pena will win she could easily grapple her. I think Pena's a better grappler, but bro, Montano was not a slouch on the ground either. To be honest, she's pretty
No,
good on
she's
the
not.
fucking ground. Um, she's not a horrible like it's women's MMA to be honest, right? Like the striking's not that advanced at the level yet. So considered in women's MMA, they're both like pretty average strikers. Like in general, they're not good strikers, right? Like fucking Pena's all right, I guess with the ball. They're okay. Their hands are okay, but fucking they can't throw kicks at all.
Mm.
Um, I like Pena here though, but the play here's fight goes to decision. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Nika Montoya got actually a pretty decent win against now Roxanne Modafari, who's all of a sudden breakout and beat Antonia Shevchenko pretty well, and has kind of gotten a bit more notoriety since her win kind of loss streak on both the Ultimate Fighter seasons and kind of in MMA in general. And other than that, a lot of the other opponents that she's kind of fought kind of on bit losing streaks, and yeah, she is really good on the ground, just like Juliana Pena, which might kind of cancel each other out. I think Juliana Pena has a bit more hurricane hands when it comes down to it. She could definitely make her hands go a little bit um, more angles, kind of throw them a lot faster. Sometimes she'll go for that takedown right after. Um, Tends to clinch up and throw a lot of strikes both in and out of the clinch. So we're definitely going to see that for a while. Probably go to a decision. I think Pena takes it with just the constant wrestling and boxing, but obviously she's going to meet some difficulty. I don't think neither of them kick very much, but maybe Pena might throw a little bit more, a few more kicks, and has fought a bit more of the higher up opposition. I mean, she's fought Jessica I and Kat Zingano before, so she fought them when they were a little bit younger as well too, so in a bit more prime years. So I think, yeah, I think Pena takes this one as well.
You tell them, brother. You let them know, eh? All right. So next up, Andre Touchy Fili and Shaman Moraes. I'll let you take this one, Gib.
Andre Fili, I kind of his fight against Michael Johnson, I didn't think he would win it, but at the same time, I'm always kind of worried about him because he has that tackle takedown, almost like a football player. Very fast, a decent. He's still with Alpha Male, yeah, a decent training camp. So he's always got a lot of good stamina. I think he runs away and constantly kind of gauges distances from really far away, almost so much so that he's too far to make anything happen when he needs to. Like I think when he gave Michael Johnson so much space and Michael Johnson started landing combos as he was coming in and leaving, um, I just didn't think Andre Fili had a lot of the moments that he needed to in that fight because he stayed so far and he was never close enough that he can start anything or at least make sure that he gets that takedown in too. He didn't really didn't flinch very much against Artem Lobov, and he did get a decent win over Miles Jury recently. So definitely ready for this fight, but I think Shaman Moraes, uh, I think his striking's a little bit better. He's fought with super high level guys. He's a, you know, lost a pretty good fight with Zabit against one of Moraes as well. Uh, it's he beat Julio Arce by a split decision, but at the same time, I think he landed some pretty decent punches against Zabit as well. Um, he goes for lots of arm bars on the floor. He can kind of mix in his tie knees when he goes on the clinches. I think he's got quite a bit to bring to this fight, even if he does go to the ground with Andre Fili. And he's got some decent striking to pull it off too. Good body shots, good counters when he has his boxing going. And when people come in and try to take him down, he's got some good underhooks in there to defend himself. So I think he'll be able to work with Andre Fili if he goes for that takedown. And yeah, I think Moraes takes this one as well.
Okay. I also got Shaman here. I think the leg kicks are going to play huge factors. This guy's got devastating leg kicks. I think he's going to outstrike Fili completely. If Fili chooses to grapple, that's a different story. Fili's a pretty damn fucking good wrestler, man.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest. Pretty good grappler. So it could be a close fight, or it should be a close fight. So I also got Shaman here, but could go both ways. To be completely honest, I'm confident in that pick at all. Next one I'll let you take as well. Mike Rodriguez versus John Allan.
Yeah, Mike Rodriguez looked absolutely furious on the Contender Series, and you know it's not just Masvidal he threw this knee, man, because he did that in the Contender Series way before. Shit, he did it like I think near the end of the first round, and he didn't exactly jump into it like Masvidal did and take that three step thing. It was kind of throughout the fight, so he had to set it up. But before he did it, he looked like he was doing absolutely nothing. Just kind of throwing a regular jab, nothing that would really tip him off, and out of nowhere throws it. So that pace is something that you're going to have to take into account, and it's something deadly to work with because you have to capitalize on every missed opportunity that he makes when he goes from like not to 100 in a second and just decide to do a big move. And he's got a lot of power to play with as well. Sometimes he throws in his boxing is just random jabs every now and then, and he kind of throws light and fast in the beginning just to kind of pepper you with a few shots. Whereas John Allan, I think he might come out a bit furious. He comes out with lots of big high kicks, and he could be a bit of a jumping guy as well. But he likes to kind of jump back and then add like another kick from either side. He likes to kind of test both sides of you. Doesn't let you doesn't let you move laterally. So walking might be the biggest kryptonite for Mike Rodriguez because he does sometimes walk with a little bit too much of a slow pace. He might get kicked out by John Allan a few times. He's pretty good at really stacking the low kick up and sparking out combos after it. But it takes a few low kicks to really get used to that timing. You're not going to start throwing big combos off of like one or two landed ones. So yeah, I think Mike Rodriguez should get another one here, but yeah, I think Mike Rodriguez should win this.
Mike the Tank Rodriguez, eh?
Yeah.
Is that your day one now or no?
Yeah, I got Mike Rodriguez on this.
I also got Mike Rodriguez, bro. Fucking should definitely knock him out. The guy doesn't have the best gas tank, a little sloppy. I just like Mike, bro. I think Mike's a pretty good grappler. He could get caught because Mike leans in a lot. This guy throws heat. This John Allan guy,
he throws
hard, brother. Oh, he throws hard. So like, if Mike gets caught with that, he's in trouble. But I see Mike winning this. I'm gonna be playing him as well on like I'm gonna make a total degen parlay this week, guys. So don't hate me too much. But yeah, complete degen parlay I'm gonna make. Yeah, but I have I got Mike, slow Mike here, slow Mike. All right, next up. I think we're the main card now, I'm pretty sure.
Marvin Vettori.
Yeah, Marvin Vettori and Cesar Ferreira. I'll take this one. So I'm taking Cesar. I've seen Vettori have trouble with Omari Akhmedov and guys like that already with the wrestling. And Cesar, if he gets
that was tough for him.
Yeah, if Cesar gets you to the floor, he can fuck you up, bro. I don't care who you are. Mutante is a monster on the ground. Still solid and shit. That chin's just fucking shot, bro. Like fucking shot. If Vettori lands a big bomb on Mutante, it's probably game over, to be completely honest. But I like Mutante here, man. I just think he'll be okay. And he's got some nice wrestling. Mutante shoots a nice double leg, I think. So I like Mutante here, man. I got Caesar here. I think
Mm.
Vettori will probably land more on the feet, but he's a little bit slow to get it going too. He doesn't throw a lot of strikes, Vettori.
Oh man,
Uh,
definitely
what?
saw that in the style bender fight.
Yeah, it doesn't throw like anything. So
Oh my god.
yeah, like Caesar Ferreira should like pretty much take him. So yeah, I got Caesar here. I got Caesar here. How about you? Get
I definitely agree that Cesar Ferreira, great grappling, and if he can get Vettori to the floor, it's game day for him. Um, End it with an arm triangle, guillotine. It doesn't matter. He he's got a great double leg. Put Robertson on his back completely and just changed the fight there. Uh, keeps his opponents on the ground and really just kind of starts striking, starts advancing positions, and sooner or later you're gonna get beaten up. His boxing and kicking is pretty decent. I think Marvin Vettori, even if he does have some slow moments, he's got better power and I think a little bit better technique in his punches, even though he takes a while to get those started. I think Marvin Vettori feints a lot, and we saw that in the Stylebender fight. Because I mean, Stylebender won't move unless it's a real punch. If that's about to hit his face, then like you'll get a reaction out of him. But Marvin Vettori was just kind of throwing really uneducated feints and just not really catching them. Lots of knee raises that weren't really working. But what Marvin Vettori does do pretty well is after and before a lot of his combos, he'll throw a jab or a left hook and kind of set up his nice body kick. And he did that a few times in the Stylebender fight, but he just couldn't capitalize on it and continue to keep it working throughout the fight to, kind of make him some money during those rounds. It was a tough fight with Omari because as soon as he closed the distance, those kicks and those jabs were completely out of the way. So Cesar Ferreira definitely has that great double leg takedown that he can use to get that. But I think Martin Vettori's got some power that if Cesar Ferreira starts to respect, and if maybe Martin Vettori starts to gain some confidence and starts to throw down, I think Martin Vettori can crack here. So I actually got Martin Vettori in this one. Um, yeah,
what happens if Caesar takes him down though?
it's not a good day, but
Yeah, I don't know what
I think
Caesar
Vettori should
here.
scare him enough on the feet.
Okie dokie. Um, yeah, okay. What's the next one? Because my phone just died.
Oh, next one is Carl Robertson and Wellington Turman.
Okay, so I'll be playing Roberson on the smaller parlay as well. Small parlay is going to be total degen. Like, you wouldn't follow it if, to be honest, unless you're like a fun gambler. But yeah, I got Carl Roberson on day. This Turban guy looks pretty good, to be honest. Not pretty good, like fucking. He can throw some heat and he's an okay grappler, to be honest.
If it wasn't Robertson, it would be a different fight.
Yeah,
Like for
the way
Turman
he
actually.
the way he presses forward is like it's just not good, bro. Right? Like he leaves his chin wide open in the air, moving
He
forward.
jumps forward to some of these, eh?
Yeah, and I think Carl's just gonna clip him, bro. Like this, like Robertson's the same guy who is like fought Jerome the Banner in kickboxing.
Yeah.
Very seasoned striker. So and he's getting way better at the grappling now too. Just went against a monster global Teixeira, so I guarantee you went back. He's training with I'm pretty sure it's Mark Henry and Ricardo Almeida. So I'm pretty sure he'll be with Ricardo Almeida because fucking his jiu-jitsu was lacking a little bit last time, especially it's tough against a guy like Glover.
Mm.
So I'll end the time. But I got Carl here. I think Carl just demolishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Carl Robertson has impressed me since the Ryan Spann fight because he had a bit of a stumble in the early and then just landed a big elbow that did a lot of damage for him just in the right spot. And just a lot of this guy's striking is super successful. Great at kind of timing people out and just constantly mixing it up and bringing people into a lot of big submissions on the ground as well. Good at kind of latching people up if he does get the arm bar. Wellington Turner, I think, is a little bit uncautious. He jumps into a lot of his punches, especially that left hook, and then he'll kind of wrap people's waist and try to take them down on the fence. It can be a little bit difficult to get away from him, especially when he gets that clinch. He got constant takedowns on Marcio Alexandre before he got into the UFC. He's good at chasing people into like a high left kick as well. But if you miss that against Carl Robertson, he's definitely going to make you pay for that. Like Seb said, he fought Jerome LeBanner, so he's already got a very good resume enough to.
Seconds, kid.
So yeah, I think Robertson takes this one. I think his striking's already good enough on the stand up.
All right. Just went to. Next up is Mirsad Bektic and Josh Emmett.
Yeah.
Well, I actually like Josh Emmett a little bit in this fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I can see why.
I'm a big Mirsad Bektic fan too. I think this is gonna be a sick fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they're both gonna throw bombs in the pocket.
Emmett got absolutely fucking crap last night against Jeremy Stevens, and then against Michael Johnson, and like
that's a great fight.
He was losing that fight.
Dominic Cruz was like, "Oh man, I don't know how he's gonna turn this around," and right when he said that, he dropped.
Yeah, so like I see how he could win this fight. Especially, he's a pretty damn good grappler too. I like Bektic, to be honest, bro. I'm a big Bektic fan. I think kid's like got a hell of potential. This is gonna be an awesome fight, but I'm going with Bektic here. I think he's got a lot in the stand up. His boxing's nasty.
Yeah,
and he's a good grappler, man. Good wrestler too. I think Bektic has this one.
Yeah.
This
is a really close one to call. Josh Emmett has really impressed me. I thought Michael Johnson was going to win that one, and he was doing a good job, landing lots of stuff as Emmett was coming in and just blitzing him with lots of combos and uppercuts and finding all sorts of punches. But Josh Emmett has this weird zigzag style. Always seems to kind of put a weird twist onto things when his stance switching and constant kind of jittery movement kind of kept Michael Johnson on his toes and a little bit off of his game. And all of a sudden, I mean, Josh Emmett landed a big overhand that changed everything. And he can land that at any time. So this is a guy who, if you're winning a fight and you get a certain comfort of being on the inside, Emmett's gonna, he can shut you down with one shot. And if you notice in that Michael Johnson fight, he misses a lot of really big swings, and even though he's going for it, he doesn't stop. And I mean, they just keep coming, and when they land eventually, they can really pound. Mirsad has a similar kind of takedown and land that big punch strategy as well. But a lot of the strikes that he fits in that I think are the biggest are the ones on the ground. Really good at putting sharp punches in and elbows. I think he went into like a crucifix position and was throwing strikes on people. He can really slug with people right before going for that takedown and just constantly repeat that strategy and swing those hooks in. So there's going to be an interesting fight. I like it a lot. Yeah, I got Mirsad Bektic in this one, but I mean, you can't count either of them out. This is a close one.
Next up, Darren Elkins and Ryan.
Faber. Faber, actually.
Yeah, sorry, Faber and Ricky Simone. I don't know why I said Darren Elkins.
Seems like a co-main event fight.
Fucking Ricky Simone and Faber are the co-main, eh? That's fucked.
It's a weird one, but
yeah, no, that's
at least Ricky Simone's getting some notoriety now.
He deserves it, but like, what? It's a weird fight, man. Like, fucking the guy literally took out Montel Jackson, who's a monster right now, right? Like a fucking monster right now. Like fucking people up, and beat Marab.
Yeah.
And then beat Ronnie Yaha, who like it literally is a fucking animal. Like nobody likes going with Ronnie Yaha. Have a good one with that. Now he's fighting Uriah Faber, who is 4 years old, hasn't fought in 3 years, competed a couple months ago against Nicky Ryan, and Simone should roll here, bro. This is Simone all day. Young kid should absolutely fuck the Faber up, especially on the feet, and he's a good enough wrestler to keep it on the feet. He should fuck Faber up. I think so.
Mm.
Yeah, he'll be a lot faster than Faber. I feel like. Yeah, I got Ricky Simone here for sure, bro. I don't know what Uriah's even doing fucking back. Like, what? No clue what this guy's doing back. Is he trying to make a run at the title at 40 fucking years old? Like, what are you doing, brother? Definitely money problems. So we'll take advantage of your money problems, and thanks for the win, brother.
I mean, I think Uriah Faber is really coming back at a weird age, especially with the layoff and the Nicky Ryan grappling match. I didn't mind it. It was a kind of a fun grappling match. I think Nicky Ryan looked really good. And I saw Uriah's life pass before his eyes when he went for that leg lock. Man, that's too deadly. I thought if that mat wasn't there and he didn't like get out of bounds, I would have been over. But I mean, in MMA, Uriah Faber still has the hurricane hand strikes, whether it's 2, 3, or 4 punches, and he's going to have that early on in that first round. He's going to be tough, at least I think, to take out. But Ricky Simone is a younger guy, super good at wrestling, and he has a lot of power to get right under the waist and pick people up. He's got a really good dirty boxing on the fence, defends with really high hands, and can power bomb you if you give him a chance. Donovan Freelo tested him once and kind of brought the engine to him a little quick, but didn't really shake him, and he destroyed him. What wasn't good for him, and that was his Contender Series fight, and this guy can switch stances into his takedowns, and his guillotines that he goes for are pretty sneaky, man. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls off the Alpha Male special on Uriah Faber, because they like the guillotines over there too. Yeah. So yeah, I got Ricky Simone in this one. He's got to pass that first round because I think everyone's deadly there. I think Masvidal showed that one, but I think Ricky Simone has this in terms of age and just in general overall power in wrestling that he has, even with the experience that Uriah Faber has.
Perfect time. He just finished too. And here's the main event of the evening: Aspen Ladd versus Jermaine Durandame. And I'll be playing Jermaine Durandame. And on the last fight, if it wasn't obvious, I'd be playing Ricky Simone, probably my most confident pick of the night. Jermaine Durandame, though, another super confident pick. I have literally no idea how she's an underdog. I don't know if it's the layoff. I have no idea if it's the public perception of her, like people hating her. Literally no idea. Like, such a better striker than Aspen Ladd, and she hasn't been taken down since in like 6 fucking years. Like, later, bro. What are you gonna do, bro?
I never even knew that.
Yeah, since like
that's nuts.
Yeah, like since she fought Amanda Nunes, like
that makes sense though.
Yeah, like no one's taking her down, and like lots of people have tried. So have a good one. Like trying to take her down. I think Aspen Ladd's gonna get absolutely brutalized on the fucking feet. I think Jermaine might even finish her. So I'm like super confident in Jermaine Durandame. Like, it's her and Ricky that are I'm the most confident in for sure. So I'll be with Jermaine here. Aspen Ladd doesn't offer much, especially on the feet. On the ground, I see how the girl can be some problem. She has some heavy ground pound. It's not like her jits is like anything special, bro. She's really nothing special, to be honest. Like, she's so overhyped right now, I think. Like, I don't see anything super special about this girl, bro. Like, about her being like what she screams while she hits people. Fucking, that's good, bro. You want to see my mom screams when she hits people too. So my mom's not the featherweight champ or anything. So take care, Aspen Ladd. I think Jermaine has a good one here. I think she's cringy as fuck, Jermaine, but like I think she wins this fight. Yeah, What do you think, Dave?
I don't know. I think Germaine Durandamy has already fought with some pretty high-level strikers enough that Aspen Ladd might not look very very difficult for her to handle. She's went up against Holly Holmes and obviously lost against Amanda Nunes. Aspen Ladd, when she does get it to the ground, I mean, she can be a almost like a mini Khabib and kind of moving around, getting those ground pounds in and just constantly taking people's back. She did it to Tanya Evinger when she kind of tackled her to the ground. I thought that Tanya Evinger would do a lot better than she did in that fight, but obviously wasn't the case. And Aspen Ladd's a lot smaller than her. She was able to do that and get her in spots. She does scream when she throws punches, especially when she gets the back and starts throwing strikes from there. I think that's her most deadly spot. It's not going to be easy to get there with against Germaine Durandamy. As well as jiu-jitsu, she's got some great boxing. She's fought against guys. I'm pretty sure you can look that up on YouTube. Pretty sure she fights a guy in boxing. I'm not sure if it's for a charity event or something, but she wrecked him. She combines that with her jiu-jitsu pretty well. She sneaks in some big punches on Holly Holmes in that fight, and you know, you got to avoid the clinches with her because she'll go for headbutts on you. She doesn't give a fuck. She throws some deadly knees, and she's just a rough and very very aggressive all around fighter. And it's that style that, you know, even Rose against in her last fight, like she was looking good, but I mean, once the power and just the you know, the explosiveness came into it, it became different. And I think that's what Germaine Durandamy has in this against Aspen Ladd, just overall more power. Whereas Aspen Ladd has to wait for a really, really good moment to win this. So I got Germaine Durandamy in this one.
Okay, perfect. So there are our plays, our picks, and the breakdowns for each fight. I'll post our bets and all that stuff in the description when I make them, and
I'll give my DraftKings, I guess, right now. Or what?
Oh yeah, you could if you want.
Oh, okay. I got Germaine Durandamy, Darren Elkins, Benito Lopez, Moraes, Carl Robertson, and Ricky Simone.
Perfect. Okay, guys. So we'll see you next week for next week. I think yeah. The Donanos versus Edwards. That card looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
Greg Hardy's on that card. That's a pretty fun. Wow, Dan Hooker and James Vick. I forgot about that.
That's a good fight.
Fuck, that's a crazy fight. All right. So we'll see you guys next week. Take care, guys.
All right.
Until next time.
Care.